Aya Sinclair, embracing identity through music and sound. Imagine being kissed by a witch and feeling the electrifying jolt of a hex. That's how Aya Sinclair kicks off her latest track, I'm the Pipe I Hit Myself With, a wild ride through a storm of screeching electronics and deep bass. This song takes us back to a time when Aya was just a teenager in Huddersfield, discovering the world of Christian rock. She recalls the euphoric sensation it brought her, saying, "It gave me this tingly, bubbly feeling." But that joy was short-lived. After sharing her true self with a church friend, a moment that would later lead her to embrace her identity as a trans woman, she faced rejection, being told to either hide who she was or leave. As she whispers in her haunting track, "They had me out on a witch hunt, when I found myself." This raw and vulnerable opener sets the tone for her new album, Hexed, which is a chaotic blend of heavy metal and hardcore electronics. The music twists and turns, mirroring the pain of peeling back layers of trauma, as Aya describes in a video call. She comes across as warm and funny, yet there's a depth to her that reveals the struggles she's faced, including battles with substance abuse that she confronts head-on in this nightmarish, otherworldly album. At 31, Aya reflects on her youth, recalling how she loved to take night walks. But now, those familiar suburban streets of Huddersfield evoke a naughty feeling in her. She recognizes it as the latent queerness that was bubbling beneath the surface, a realization that the life she once envisioned wasn't meant for her. Since coming out as trans in 2018, she's been on a journey of self-discovery, navigating the complexities of her changing body. It's exciting, but also confusing, she admits. And as she embraces her identity, she acknowledges a new reality: I can't walk on my own at night anymore. As a musician, Aya finds a connection to something greater through sound, describing it as a way to tap into a sublime essence. However, she candidly admits that her pursuit of that high true rave music has led her down some dark paths. After grappling with ketamine, cocaine, and alcohol, she proudly shares that she's 6 months clean as of our interview. In 2016, Aya made the leap to Manchester, just as the White Hotel, a former car repair shop turned club, was becoming a hub for experimental artists. It was here that she formed the collective Boy Girl with Ice Boy Violet, and met Tom Boogism, who embodies the dual energy of Manchester with his ability to spin for hours and create heart-wrenching ambient music as Red Heart. A pivotal moment came during the 2019 Bang Face Festival at Pontins Holiday Park, where the atmosphere was electric. You walk into a place usually filled with families and balloon animals, but instead, everyone's lost in the wildest, 200 BPM hardcore you can imagine, she recalls, a grin spreading across her face. Yet, her time in the north wasn't without its challenges. The track Heat Death from Hexed captures the body horror of her experiences, inspired by intense dissociative panic attacks that left her feeling lost and disoriented. "I'd come to, covered in snot and tears, with no idea how I got there, but at least I was in Manchester," she reflects. Thankfully, these episodes have become less frequent and more manageable since she embraced sobriety. The chaos of her pre-sobriety life spills into her lyrics, where time and space blur, and the lines between reality and nightmare fade. In Off to the SO, she screams, "I'm slipping down the slope again / you're gripping for the soap / I'm jipping on the coke," painting a visceral picture of drug-fueled escapades. She explains that substances were a way to create distance from herself, a coping mechanism for her sensitivity to the world. But that also means you're not fully engaging with life, she adds. In 2020, Aya moved to London to be with her partner, but the North still resonates throughout her new album, with regional slang peppering her lyrics in Off to the SO, "I'm sizzled, sozzled, hang." She's found a way to weave her past into her present, blending the rock sounds of her Huddersfield youth with the hardcore dance music that has shaped her later years. The album culminates on the Northern Moors, where Aya seems to lift the titular Hex. As she bids farewell to the constraints of the past, her anguished screams transform into ethereal, digitized refrains. With a smile, she envisions the scene: we've run away from the 3-bedroom house, and we're on top of the moss. We're screaming at the sky, and the sky is screaming back at us.